This is Brother Barnes, and I want to do some data analysis and graphing in this video. I have some density data, and I want to see what that looks like in a box and whisker plot. Notice that I have density data. Didn't mean to select that, but I do want to delete that. Let's get rid of this while we're at it. Let's get this out of here. I have some density data, and we collected the mass of wooden blocks. We measured the height, width, and depth in centimeters. We used a formula to calculate the volume of these three columns, each value. And then we also used a formula to take the mass and divide it by the volume to get the density. And so now I want to put this in a graph form. And I would love to tell you that all of what I'm about to show you is so intuitive, but it's kind of trial and error. And so working in Excel requires patience. I want the graph of this density to be over in this area. Let's select the data first. Let's go to Insert, and then I want a scatter chart, and let's click more scatter charts because I want a box and whisker chart. Let's click that and then OK. This is a little disappointing because when you look at this, you just see blue lines. There are no numbers anywhere to represent any of this numeric data. So one of the first things I want to do just to help you relax and for me to relax is click on this data and then right click, and let's add the data labels. And so right off you can see that the max value of 0.71 is showing the min value of 0.36. So this allows one to breathe a little bit easier knowing that something here is being represented here. Let's change the name of the chart title to Density of Wood in grams per cc. Let's say that. We may come back and change that later. Another thing that I'm noticing when I look at this graph is there is no data below about 0.35. There's no data above about 0.72, actually 74. So let's clean this up just a little bit and try to see if we can make this chart more readable. Let's click on this data. Come on now. That is not what I meant to do. Okay, let's get off of that. Okay, now right click. Once this is selected, right click, and let's format the axis. Let's make the min at about 0.35, and let's make the max at about 0.73. Let's do that, and let's hit enter, and let's close this out. That helps a little. Let's stretch it this direction and see if we can get these numbers to spread out just a little bit. There we go. Let's look and see what we can learn, and then we'll be done for now. Notice that the min is 0.36. That is represented in the data. The max is 0.71. We see that. Notice that the first quartile measurement is 0.474. The median or second quartile is 0.481, and then the third quartile is 0.51. Notice that the average of all of this density data is 0.5 grams per cubic centimeter. Remember that water has a density of 1, so these are all less than 1. So this seems reasonable, doesn't it? When one throws wood in the water, it floats. That's what we're going to do for now. We're going to clean this up later, and we're going to work on this more, but this is a great start for us, I think, to analyze the data with a graph.